Imagine living here with that kind of backdrop. What? More snow? Ah, the Mogollon Rim. Welcome to day 7 of my BC to Arizona adventure. I left Prescott, heading towards Cottonwood and Sodona before turning south for Camp Verde, crossing over eastward into the mountains. And I went through Strawberry and Pine, Payson, and then I ended up at the Mogollon Rim, which is super exciting, before heading south through Young and spending the night at the Sawmill Flats campsite. Leaving Prescott this morning, my thought was just, come on! Imagine waking up every morning and riding these roads with the rocks jutting out beside them. I just love the scenery here, and I thought, what a great start to the day. When I came to Prescott last night, I entered from the south, and it was high up and full of trees, so the terrain varies rapidly here, and it's something Prescott is known for. Soon I left the Prescott Valley behind and entered the Black Hills Range, heading towards Mingus Mountain. One of the ways I planned this trip was to pull up Google Maps and look for the squiggliest roads I could find. That's the case here. This section of highway was gonna be a treat. One of the nice things about remote mountain passes is the lack of other vehicles. It's not often I get a road where I'm free to travel at whatever pace I like. The section is about 30 kilometers long, about 20 miles, and it's running from the Prescott Valley through to the mountainside town of Jerome. It's noted as very windy and twisty with lots of hairpin turns. It's got maximum 11% gradient through some of the ramps. This road is open pretty much year-round, so it doesn't close down that often in winter. It's a remarkable road for traveling, but you do need to be careful. As you can see, the road's been battered and beaten. One of the things I enjoy about motorcycle riding is the concentration. You are on the side of a cliff here, so your decision making is life or death. But that focused concentration is very relaxing and peaceful in a way. It's like your whole brain works together as one, focused on the road, focused on your body, shifting your position. It's a form of serenity, I find. In any event, I was really enjoying the ride this morning. This is Highway 89A for those who would like to try it themselves. I definitely recommend it, especially on a sunny April day. Just gorgeous. Well, I'm getting close now to the summit, and the summit here is nearly 8,000 feet, so it's really quite high up. There's some camping at the top as I enter this campsite here. And now I'm on my way down and heading towards the town of Jerome. I feel like Jerome is must-see TV. It's a very interesting town perched on the side of the cliff. The road winds back and forth through the town, and pretty much every building is cliffside with a view out towards Cottonwood. It's an amazing place, I guess in some respects reminiscent of an old Italian villa, but it's not, of course, that old. It was founded back in mining times and still has a healthy population today. It sits about 5,000 feet above sea level. In its heyday, Jerome was home to more than 10,000 people, and it was here because of copper mining. Nowadays, there's under 500 people, and it's known for local wineries, ghost town status, and the general cuteness of it. I find too many small towns are drying up, and it's a real shame. I hope this one survives. After Cottonwood, I was in ranch country for a while. But before long, I came across this fantastic mountain. Those who live in the area, I'm sure they recognize it. It's so pronounced and unique. I was entering the town of Sodona, Arizona. I ended up in a suburb in Sodona. I just pulled off the highway and wanted to see a little bit more because the environment here is so different than at home. I mean, there's the red rocks, sure, but where I'm from, there's lots of rain and lots of soil. Look at the landscape here. It's just red rock everywhere. The few plants are just growing right out of the rocks. It's quite different. I mean, where's the grass lawns? It's a very different environment. My stay at Sodona was short but sweet. I found myself heading south on 179 through the village of Oak Creek, heading towards Camp Verde. From Camp Verde, I took the 260 east, and that took me through the forests and heading back up into the mountains. The scenery there was nice. It was certainly warm and sunny, but as I turned onto the intersection with the 870, heading now towards Strawberry, Pine, and Payson, I encountered my old friend. There's snow in those hills. Everywhere it seemed, I was seeing remnants. At least it was warm enough here. I didn't really mind the snow, and it was just the early afternoon, but I was thinking ahead. I would soon be heading into the Tonto National Forest, and in the national forests, you can do dispersed camping, which is camping for free in the wild. It's quite wonderful, but if there was going to be snow everywhere, I wasn't sure it would be the best for me. Still, onward I went, and I was heading for the Mogollon Rim. A highway designation doesn't mean much out here. As you can see, this has now become a dirt road, and it's the major road in this area. Here's what I mean by dispersed camping. Sometimes it's as simple as a pull-off on the side of the road, and these people are enjoying it. Other times, you can get further off the road and into a really private and beautiful spot. The Mogollon Rim is a huge 200-mile-long escarpment defining the southern edge of the Colorado Plateau. It's a spectacular natural feature, but it's not easy to capture on a motorcycle. So I have a few pictures, and that's about it. Outside of this visitor spot, the scenes from the road are blocked by trees. I think a drone would have been really useful here. Unfortunately, I didn't have one on this trip. Anyway, I was having a great time, and now I'm heading south on the 288. And an interesting thing, the soil here was becoming, well, it was very dry, but it was very slippery. So even though there wasn't a whole lot of loose dirt, there was just enough to make the bike go back and forth quite a bit. so it was a little bit challenging to ride. Mostly I was thinking, though, I wouldn't want to necessarily be here in a rain. I think then this would turn to mud, and it might be quite challenging. Around 4 o'clock, I found a really nice dispersed camping spot. It had a great view overlooking a vista. It was awesome. However, it was cold, and there was a strong wind coming over the ridge. And I even set up my tent, but I decided no, and I put it all down again, and I thought, I'm going to come down off this mountain and find a better camping spot. And come down I did. It was really quite steep. I used engine braking almost the whole way down. I do like engine braking on a downward stretch. On this Suzuki, it's perfect. It provides a nice balance to each wheel for power, and it's very stable. So I can turn easily and don't have to worry about braking too much, which of course, you could spin out your tires and end up on the side. So we're in the Tonto National Forest. This is Sawmill Flats. Apparently a lot of lumber came out of here for the Roosevelt Dam. And yeah, this is like, just grab your spot. I just met my neighbor. They've got a party coming up here, several different groups of people. So they've got most of the site, but I've got a site over here. And there's one further back as well. Just another shot coming in. They even have picnic tables. It's quite, this is not your typical site where you just have a side road or something. They've actually created something. I've got a fire pit. Yeah. Very cool. Well, just gonna have some dinner. Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next ride.